Hello and welcome to Create the Flow. I'm Monica Freeman, host and founder of Monica Freeman Studios and Unewell. I am here to guide you in aligning with your soul's purpose, trusting your inner voice, and building a life that you truly love. You were born with a purpose, and your intuition already knows the way. Hello, my love. Welcome to the show. It's wild to think that it's almost the middle of January. This year is already moving so quickly. And because of that, I really want to start this season off with how you can start to scale your business and the strategy that's going to help you do that. With time just flying by, we want to capitalize on every single moment. And with this being Capricorn season and that discipline that we're going to put into action, now is really the time to focus. These are really the tips that I'm thinking about in this season myself, which is getting more of the right people to see my business. So the traffic that I'm bringing in, as well as that trust building. So in this case, positioning yourself and your brand and your offer as the authority, and then the conversions. And the best way that we can speak to conversions is really just tightening up whatever kind of sales funnel that you have so that everything serves your audience and flows seamlessly, so that in this quarter, Q1, maybe even Q2, or the rest of the year, depending upon where you are, what season of your business you're in, you can really grow and expand without any burnout. Now, going to the first one, when I talk about traffic and the expansion of traffic, when you're thinking about getting new eyes on your business, you want to make sure that you're attracting the right people. So whoever your dream client is, because numbers are just vanity metrics. You can have 5 followers, and if all 5 of them are purchasing from you, that is way more powerful than having 500,000 followers and nobody buying from you. So I don't want you to think so much about numbers. I want you to think about distribution and where you should focus your time and energy. If you already have a lot of traction and you already have clear brand messaging, and you're on several platforms and that's working for you, then I would definitely stick with whatever strategy you currently have. However, if you are sort of in a state of confusion, you're kind of all over every platform and you're just repurposing or resharing the same content on each platform, and you kind of feel like you are at a standstill and nothing is really moving the needle, then this is where I would try to focus on one platform at a time and really grow that platform first. And depending upon what brand you are, so what type of product and service you offer, what your industry is, that's also going to dictate if you should be on Substack or if you should be on TikTok or if you should be on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or podcasting. This is not to say, again, that you can't be on multiple platforms, but if you find that you're burning yourself out now and you're expending too much energy and you're still getting the same results that you're not happy with, then I would try to simplify my process and really focus on my traffic expansion by doubling down on one platform. That's also going to make it so much easier to really carry out that brand message, to really get that engagement, to drive traffic to whatever that lead magnet is, or that tripwire, or whatever, low ticket, mid ticket offer that you have. So really think about that and how you can not focus so much on posting so hard, but more sparking conversations, getting that community engagement, really getting people to share and save your post. And obviously, commenting is always good if it's related to the conversation that you're having in the content. So a few ways I would maybe invest my time if traffic expansion is something that you want to do in this first quarter is if people are engaging with you, reply to every single comment. You may already be doing that, but make sure that you're doing that. And then also maybe set up a chat bot so that every single person that follows you gets a welcome or a hello or something, so that you can start conversations in your DMs and you can start engaging those dream clients. And this doesn't mean necessarily be aggressive and push a sale. Just get to know them, like get your feet wet, like really invite them into your space. And then just make sure that you are also engaging on other people's posts and doing it thoughtfully, not the short little like, that's beautiful or cute or an emoji or love this or whatever other things people post that are really insignificant. Because when you actually comment on your dream clients' posts and they comment back on yours, you start to train the algorithm. And that's really what traffic expansion is all about. It's training the algorithm to know who you are, who to serve your content to, and how to get you that return of your time on investment. So really prioritize that in Q1. Number 2 is your funnel optimization. I always go to the funnel because when you have your funnel dialed in, that is the best way to really start to get people to opt into whatever lead magnet you have or whatever low ticket or whatever that offering is that gets them into your funnel so that you can start to nurture them. Long form content is so beautiful when people are invested in you because this is your opportunity to really explain who you are, how you serve them, and the value behind that. And it's also a great opportunity for you to see what your open rates are and what your click-through rates are, and really just understand your sales that are coming from your nurture sequence. So whatever that, email newsletter funnel that you have set up is. And if you're not familiar what I'm speaking about, I actually have a program that is $37. It's called the Content Conversion Path. It walks you through all of the tools that you need and the steps that you need to find your dream clients, market specifically to your dream clients, build content for your dream clients, and then get them into your funnel through your content marketing strategy, as well as a 1 hour, 30 pieces of content scheduling tool. So it's really a great way for you to understand how to get people into your funnel to nurture them if you're not familiar with that, because you want to be able to identify where people are dropping off. Are they not watching your content? Is it not retaining? Are they not clicking on the links? So whatever those hyperlinks are in that newsletter, are they clicking on it, but they're not converting? You really need to know what topics are converting, what emails are getting the most replies. Are people responding back? Are they clicking on more things? So this is all sort of a power move for you, because the more that you can actually understand your analytics and what's happening on the back end, you can actually start showing up more in not only the content that you're posting, but you have a better idea of the topics that people want and how to target your audience more specifically in front. So forward facing on your content marketing strategy. So in that content that you're creating, but also behind the scenes, what you're sharing in your newsletters and what you're building if you're still in that build phase where you are building out a program or a product. So this is a really great way to collect data and get hyper specific about who your audience is and what they want. Because a lot of times we think we know, then the algorithm and our analytics kind of trick us. And for a second, we think everything's working out. And then we realize, oh, wait, no, there's actually something that's working better. So really make sure that you're doing that. And the third thing, which is my last thing, is authority building. It's 2026. I think people are really tired of being spoken to with education and tips that they can find online. Unless they are disruptive or truly unique to your voice, I think people are over that. They don't want to be sold to. They really just want a sense of ease. They want peace in their mind. And when you are able to tell your story or show basically your businesses behind the scenes, so whatever your core values are, or maybe your teaching philosophy or your style of coaching or teaching or building or whatever you offer, and you're able to sort of be disruptive, but from a place of regulation where you make people feel safe, feel seen and heard, and you're speaking directly to their desires with authority content that proves that you are the expert, that you have the experience, and that you have a proven track record. This is going to help you not only build trust, but you're going to get those conversions. So you are going to be able to get them to convert in that sales funnel. And then they're going to become part of your loyal fans, so your long-term buyers, because typically when somebody buys something from you and they get a transformation or they see a result, they buy other things from you. And then eventually that turns into advocacy where they're telling other people about you. So they're actually doing free marketing for you. So this is also how you get them to trust you enough to be led into maybe a higher ticket or a mastermind or a retreat or a higher level product, a luxury product or service. So it's really important that when you are trying to build and scale this year, you have a strategy that is seamless and one that works with your human design energy type. And we will speak more to that on the podcast this year. But if you have not dived into your human design energy type, you can go to my website and get a free reading to understand more about you. But you can also listen to, I think it was my last episode or a couple episodes ago, I shared an episode on what works best for your energy type. And this is so that you don't expend too much energy and burn yourself out in an area that you're not meant to be in the first place. Because these things, when they are all set up and they all are systematized, they work effortlessly and they streamline into such like a beautiful back end money machine, if you will. I hate to say money machine because I do not believe in quick cash injections. I'm all about sustainability. I do not teach making money fast. I hate the idea of going viral. That's just not how I build. And that's because if you were to build a house on quicksand, that house would not stand the test of time. And that's the same thing with a business. You can't just post once and expect conversions. And even if you went viral, if you're not prepared to receive that, you will self-sabotage that. That won't last for very long. So I really want you to focus on your cadence, your message, your systems, your operation, and how you should actually spend your days in a way that's not going to burn you out. That's when you can study your metrics. And over time, throughout this Q1, because we've got 3 months now, you can start to tweak your strategy and really position things differently. Like maybe your offer needs to be tweaked as well. Like this is a really great way to not overthink, not get stuck in analysis paralysis, and not be consumed with what other people are doing because it's so easy to be distracted. This is a great way to be extremely disciplined and focus on one thing at a time. In fact, this wasn't part of the strategy, but if you are a newer brand or you're just not converting this season, I would really get simple. Simplify things so much. I would focus on one offer at a time, one lead magnet, one brand message, because the more you train the algorithm, the more you train your audience, the broader you can get later, but you really have to train them now. And that is the beautiful part about really simplifying your strategy. So just to recap, focus on these 3 things, specifically your traffic. So that expansion, getting the eyes of your dream client on your business through one platform. But if you have an audience that is warmed up to multiple platforms and you know what you're doing and it's not burning you out, then obviously be where you need to be. I would also focus on building that trust with that nurture funnel by optimizing whatever your sales funnel is now. I would really get hyper specific about what that looks like. And then I would tighten that up so that you can start building authority and you can really start getting those conversions. And when you are doing that, make sure that you're still making it about the consumer. So even though you will probably share more storytelling content about you and the brand and your authority and your philosophies and breaking patterns that people maybe are doing now so that they can get the transformation from your product, still make all of that about them. Because at the end of the day, you serve them. This isn't about you. You are doing the authority building by showcasing your power, your authority, your mastery in this thing that's able to give back to them. But you're doing this to build trust and advocacy. So focus on those 3 things. Don't overthink. Don't get crazy about this. The longer that you spend really in that analysis paralysis, the more you're going to hold yourself back. And this is a season where we really have to be disciplined. And I like the idea of us being disciplined because we're coming off the holidays, and I just think this is a beautiful time to start the new year with your expertise and any long-term strategy that you have so that you can really double down on that, create structure and routine, like I said, discipline, and show your credibility so that you can really build wealth and have this be an income producing year. So I'm really excited to see everything that you guys are doing in your business. If you want to respond to the podcast, you can always text me directly through the show. I love you so much. I'm glad you showed up for yourself today. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like more information, you can follow along on Instagram at Create the Flow Podcast or find me personally at Monica Freeman. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend.